Hi everybody, this is 76 Media Toronto. I've been joined here by the leader, National Unity Platform, Diaspora, generally the leader of the Diaspora, community of the National Unity Platform. My name is Ali Kaviri. What a pleasure to meet someone who's controlling the Diaspora. Thank you so much, Mr. Kauma or Dr. Kauma, for joining us at this particular, segment.
Yes.
And thank you again for the, taking around, your president, the people's president, traversing Canada, and of course the rest of other diaspora. So please introduce formally to our audience out there.
My name is Dr. Daniel Kauma. I'm the National Unity Platform Diaspora Team Leader. I'm based in Washington, D.C. area, and it's a great honor to be in Toronto today to join our brothers and sisters in the struggle who are doing tremendous work in liberating our country, Uganda, in making sure they continue to shine the light to the injustice that is happening, the human rights violations that have happened in our country. Of course, we just went through the 2021 election, which was very violent, and we continue to see our young men and women who are leaving Uganda because of the lack of opportunity to come here and seek opportunity with the immigrant crisis that we have here in Toronto. So this in totality shows why we urgently need to have change in Uganda, because when you don't have change in Uganda, you continue to have young men and women who, instead of succeeding, building our country, are choosing to go outside to seek opportunities. So that's what the People Power Movement is fighting for. And recently, when the president was going through the nationwide tour, he was focusing on the economic opportunities of our people. But the only way you can have opportunities in Uganda is by changing leadership. And that's why we are here today to continue that push to make sure we have change in our country, Uganda.
And then I wanted just maybe if you can help us and recap yesterday's speech from the president, but also other, NUP leaders. What that kind of, audience and the speeches that were made, what actually resonated maybe with you, but also how that message was actually received by the rest of, the delegates.
So the message was very simple, and the same way we are going across Uganda, waking up our members, our country. It's the same thing happening in the diaspora. We're trying to wake up the diaspora, because after the 2021 elections, many people had lost hope. Many people were disillusioned and saying, what happened next? So we are here to make sure we lift the spirits of our people through mobilization. And my message was simple, 3 key messages. As a diaspora, we are organizing. We are organizing ourselves. The NUP movement was an organic movement, like I spoke yesterday. So we're trying to make sure we have better structures of leadership in the structure, in the diaspora. And we believe once you organize the diaspora, once we organize ourselves, the diaspora is the spark for change.
And then my very final, questions around, the foreign policy that NUP has, in as far as not only the foreign policy, but also any framework for rehabilitating people who have fled Uganda, especially when you take charge as NUP.
So our message is very simple. We want Ugandans to succeed in Uganda. We don't want to continue having a situation where we have that brain drain. I'll give an example of the United States. Majority of doctors who are educated in Uganda flee to work in the United States and even in Canada. We have doctors, we have nurses, we have very many experts who are leaving Uganda to seek a living, to make a living abroad. Now the question you ask is, how does that help the Ugandan people? So our focus is to make sure that we improve the conditions in Uganda. And the only way you improve those conditions is by changing leadership. Museveni has been in power for 37 years, but the healthcare system is still broken. The economy is broken. We see record unemployment among our young people who are fleeing to work in the Middle East, to work here in Toronto, to work in the United States. So until you fix the infrastructure, the leadership structure in Uganda, you're not going to be able to address any of the issues pertaining to the economy, to healthcare, and empowering our young people. So the solution is in Uganda. That's the message our president has been communicating for all regions of Uganda, whether you're in Buganda, whether you're in Arua, or Kabale, or Kasese. The message is simple. how can you have a more developed region? Is to create opportunity for all Ugandans, to make sure there's equality, where there's no favoritism who gets a job in Uganda Airlines, where there's no favoritism who works for NSSF. We want to make sure every Ugandan, if you're educated, if you educate your children, if you invest in your children, they have as good an opportunity to get a job as any other child. So the message is simple, is make sure there's fairness in the system, make sure there's equality in the system, to make sure we have justice. Because right now we have young men and women like Olivia Lutaya, who is in jail for 3 years for no reason whatsoever. Why is Olivia Lutaya in jail? And so those are the questions which we are asking, and the only way to fix all of that is by getting rid of Museveni. So the message is Museveni has to go, and we're trying to mobilize the diaspora to be a catalyst to us foot soldiers on the ground, to our party on the ground, which is doing tremendous work in liberating our country.
Mr. Kauma, I must say it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.